There's a lot of things I want to say about this Destiny 2 closing down, no Destiny 3. Destiny is in a sad state. Not just Destiny 2. Bungie is in a sad state. Destiny is in a sad state. I don't know if we will ever see Destiny in a new project ever again, which is wild. It is such a wild claim to make when you think Sony bought Bungie when they only had Destiny as their like flagship. They didn't have anything else. They were the Halo guys, then they were the Destiny guys, and then they were sold to Sony with the only functioning IP they had. No matter how many things they said they were cooking up in the pipe, the only singular game they were making was Destiny. Actively developing, doing anything to, was Destiny. And yet somehow we sit in a world where Sony is now out of their sunken cost fallacy and doesn't want to do any more Destiny stuff. They're sick of Bungie, they're sick of Destiny, they're sick of losing money, they're sick of all of it, by looks of it. By most reports, it just seems like Sony doesn't want to commit to it anymore. Which is sad, because, and I'll show the pictures on screen if I can find them. I don't know if they'll still be on my old Twitter account, or if I have them saved anywhere, or what. But I played like the original Destiny. Launch day, I remember it. I remember seeing it get announced. I was hyped. I love looter shooters. I sat there, I ran downstairs, and I was like, Mom, Dad, we gotta go to the game. We gotta buy this. You gotta get me this. And I would mither them, and eventually they cracked, and they went and bought me Destiny 1 on Xbox 360 in like 2014, I want to say it was. I think I was like 15 or 16 at the time. And I just remember taking a picture and posting it, or just sending it to my friends, or something along that lines of being like, "GG boys, it's time to grind." And I did. I grinded. I love that game. I think I played a hunter. I think it was because I loved the idea of the golden gun. I think it was split between Titan and Hunter. Warlock never really won my attention, and still to this day, Warlock has never won my attention. You won't see a day in my life where I'm booting up a Warlock. It's just not gonna happen. But I remember grinding it so much. I remember being in the Crucible because I found out if I won more Crucible games than I lost, I would have so much more XP than clearing the campaign slowly. And the gear I was getting from the Crucible was just better than the gear I was getting from the campaign. Like the random drops that you would just get at the end of the match if you won and stuff. So I just ended up grinding the Crucible. Back when like it felt like gaming was easier to get into and people still didn't really understand how to like grip their controller and shoot in a straight line. Nowadays, if I think I tried to play Crucible on Destiny 1, I would probably absolutely get shit on. It was back in the casual days of gaming. Nowadays, everyone's like a fucking hardcore gamer, slide canceling into 17 bajillion shots from like a one shot. It's hard. It's hard now. Metas have been discovered. Everything's just way harder in gaming nowadays to just try and play competitively. But like, oh, it was so fun. And then I remember bolting through the campaign because now I had all this like cool gear. The campaign didn't seem as hard and stuff. Oh, it was so fun. And then I remember doing like the advanced strikes. I'd have to try and find three people, but it was like Discord didn't really exist, and all you had was like forums and Reddit to try and find like two other people, or you could do what I did and load into the tower and then run around the tower and private message at people on like the Xbox, being like, "Oh, do you want to run some advanced strikes?" This shit was sick. This was my bread and butter. I love Destiny 1. Destiny 2, not so much. They definitely changed the formula. The core grind cycle, it got a lot easier. I feel like they kind of missed the fact that like Destiny 1 was so fun because drops were rare. And like getting that drop that you wanted felt amazing. And Destiny 2 didn't really have that. It felt like weapons and stuff were just dropping willy-nilly. Didn't really have much meaning to them. Like it just didn't work as well. And I feel like Destiny 2 is still in that like pit of like loot not mattering as much. It feels like you have everything that you would want. Like obviously there's like some hard grinds that you would still have to do, but it felt like everything worth having in Destiny 1 was a hard grind when it was current content. And it just doesn't feel like that in Destiny 2 for the majority of what I've played. That being said, I haven't played that much. Like I drop in every now and again. I'd say every two expansions I normally like peep my head in to see what's going on. in the last like few years, I kind of dipped out for too long. And when I came back, there was so many purchasables because there was like yearly passes, dungeon keys, and like fucking 2 expansions a year or some bollocks. Like you got like one big one small one or something. It was weird. It just seemed like there was so much content to digest as a coming back slash new player. It really, really, really threw me through a loop. But like this year, I saw that like everything was dirt cheap, and I was like, oh, okay, and I saw that there was a Star Wars expansion and stuff, and I was like, I'm gonna try and get back into this one. We'll do my like yearly's comeback, and I did, and it's no longer being developed. Destiny 2, with all its problems that were never solved and the stories that were never finished, is coming to an end. D3 has not been greenlit. There is no sign of life in the Destiny franchise, even with their mobile game seeing a drop of like 96% in downloads and like 95% revenue over the last few months. So like we are just looking at like a never-ending loss in the Destiny IP, and I think Sony's finally just gone, it's not worth it for us anymore to keep this up. We're just gonna abandon ship to weirdly focus on Marathon. I understand the idea behind this because like at the end of the day, Marathon's gonna be cheaper to run, cheaper to update because it's just an extraction shooter. There's not many things you need to change every season to make it feel fresh and unique. Extraction shooters kind of have that nice little thing where you can change like the bare minimum, just add one new thing a season to be like the chase, and because you have to start from the beginning, most people will still play it for that like beginning rush again, and then it peters off towards the end of its season and then it reboots. Same as RPGs and stuff. The game's made to be played for a period of time, but to then hook people in so that they come back when the season resets, right? So I understand why the shift to Marathon happened. I'm not going to sit here and blame Marathon, because, like, it's not Marathon's fault Destiny is dead. It is Bungie's and Sony's mismanagement of resources that has killed the game. Marathon counts towards that because it got delayed many times, cost a lot of money, and ended up losing a lot of money on the just not hitting sale targets, and not, it just didn't do what it was supposed to do. It was supposed to be the ultimate needle mover, the comeback swan song, and it just sunk the ship even further. That's not Marathon's fault, and anyone who enjoys Marathon's fault either. Most people who play Marathon are just old Destiny players, just looking for like that next fix in shooters. Bungie does an amazing job at shooters. From Halo to Destiny to Marathon, they all feel fun and good. So I can't blame anyone for wanting to play Marathon. And to sit here and be like, Marathon players are the fault, and like Marathon's the reason, and I can't wait for Marathon to be shut down, you're not helping anything. Also, Marathon players, stop acting like we need to play Marathon to bring Destiny back. It's not a hard concept, I don't think. Maybe I'm the only one who thinks like this. If they pivot off of Destiny to Marathon, and then everyone's like, you gotta support Marathon now. We support Marathon. All you prove to Sony is that Marathon was the more profitable and better margin to go for, and they don't need Destiny. It's one of those things. Like, it's a catch-22. If you don't support Marathon, Bungie fails, they probably all get fired and like laid off, or the better case scenario, they get moved around the Sony studios and find new jobs, which most likely wouldn't happen. They'll just get laid off. And if we do support Marathon, that only helps Marathon and the Bungie employees that are still there. Because if Marathon's making money, why are they going to then hire people back for a Destiny free that is most likely not going to make the same? It's going to make the same amount of money, but it's going to cost a lot more. Like, it theoretically doesn't make any sense. Like, in a world where we all dip out, support Marathon, Marathon becomes a big hit, makes millions, then they go off, make a D3, it makes millions, but it costs more to make and support than Marathon does. Therefore, like, it doesn't make any sense. We're at a end of a barrel. You gotta pick two of them, right? There's two barrels, you just gotta pick one of them, and none of them are the answer that you're looking for. Both end with a bullet in your head. It's just the sad reality of it. I'm not going to sit here and blame Marathon. Marathon is the final, like, nail in the coffin. like is the needle in the haystack. It's just the straw that broke the camel's back. Like it is the final thing that put this nail and sent it to its bed. Like that can't be like argued any other way. They needed Marathon to succeed, and it didn't. Is that Marathon's fault? You can point it at anything as like the hate campaign to make it the Concordian universe, to make it Concord free, people just not liking it, extraction shooters being niche, any reason you want to find. Marathon failed, and that is a contributing factor. You can enjoy Marathon, and you can sit there and say it's not Marathon's fault. It's not. It's just the final fault that sent the stake through the heart. I hope that makes sense. Like, I don't want to sit here and be like, it's Marathon's fault. Look at the player count, pull up Steam charts, everyone point and laugh. I don't want to do that. I already did that, and I'm getting somewhat a bit of traction for doing that because I thought it was just funny that the signatures went over the active player count for Marathon for the thing. Anyway, yeah, the fucking petition. There is a petition right now for the Destiny 3. It is in the link down below. If there's anything you can do, that is go put your signature down on this petition. It won't move anything. The petitions never have. Anthem, fucking all these games have had petitions to like be revived and to stay alive, and they never move the needle enough for a company to care. The real turner you can do is show Sony that the IP is still valued somewhat. You may never get a Destiny 3, but you might get a Destiny offshoot that plays more like a Borderlands game, I guess, where instead of having it be like an MMO, it's like free player co-op and stuff, and they might support that. They could probably go like the ARPG route in the Destiny universe, where instead of having like full-blown expansions and stuff, you just do seasonal shit instead and have the seasonal stuff reset. There is space in the Destiny universe to be explored and find other ways to make a Destiny game. I don't think there's a world where we get D3, but if you want to show Sony that like the IP means something to you, show up on June 9th is like the only thing you can do. Move the needle on the player count. Show them that the game is valued by a core audience. You won't get Destiny 3. They're going to have layoffs. It's going to be sad. But you might get a Destiny spin-off game. You might get an interesting Destiny looter shooter. You might get like a live service minimalistic Destiny game that doesn't see as much like content and it's not as big and wide scope as Destiny 1 or 2, but it still fills that missing gap. Who knows? But if you want to try and do anything, play on the 9th when the update comes out. I think that's when the update is. Sign the petition. It's not going to do anything, but at least you can say you did something. And stop fucking shitting on Marathon and its players. It's just such a pointless endeavor. I'm not going to sit here and say you need to support Marathon, but there's no point. I can't believe I've been rambling so long my headset turned off because there was no volume coming through the headset. I didn't even know that was an issue. Didn't know. That was interesting. Anyway, yeah, stop shitting on Marathon players. It's like shitting on them's not going to bring your game back and stuff. Let's just all be civil. We're all fighting for the same thing. Bungie's success. If they can help us bring Destiny back, then so be it. Shitting on them's not going to help you. Anyway, it's a sad state. And I'm hoping it gets better. I'm hoping there's a way out for this. Like I said, 2014, I think it was when I originally bought the original Destiny. I think it was like around practically launch day, and I had a blast, and I would love to relive that sort of blast with a better Destiny game. So I hope to laws there's a D3 in our futures, but it's just so unlikely. I'm hoping the layoffs aren't massive. I'm hoping they hold off on the layoffs until they see June 9th and like can kind of make a decision then if it's worth trying to keep devs on to get like a Destiny offshoot game or something going and have some more actively developed games, because there was apparently games pitched that haven't been greenlighted, but I didn't see anything that said that like they've been completely turned down. Maybe this is the hopium and copium that I'm having, that like maybe depending what happens on the 9th, depends on if like Sony greenlights some of these offshoot Destiny games or like other Bungie games and stuff. I'm praying. I've got my hopium and my copium high on the pedestal. I hope to see you all on the 9th. Just to send, even if it does nothing, just to send the franchise that has done a lot for me. It was like literally one of the main games I played with my girlfriend, Destiny 1, and we didn't enjoy Destiny 2 that much, but we still finished the Red War campaign. So I would love to see as many people show up on June 9th. I'm not going to sit here and be like I'm a big Destiny fan of like, oh, I showed up every year, I bought them and stuff. I'm just sad to see the IP that I love go to waste. I've always kind of hoped for a Destiny 3, and it seems like I'm never going to get that hope. But I would love just to see some sort of Destiny in the future. But until then, I'll see you all on the 9th. I expect to see broken records, a high player count, and everyone take your fucking time. This is the last Destiny 2 content. We gotta send it off with a bang, but we've also gotta take our time. There's nothing after this. We can't burn through it. Until next time, people, I hope there's some good news in the future. Peace.